1692 means we got shots fired. 4:15 ASF.
Police in Las Vegas are taking a pretty unconventional route to try and find some answers in last Sunday's horrible mass shooting there. They are now using billboards around Las Vegas asking for the public's help. So far, investigators have discovered Stephen Paddock. Well, they say he scouted some other locations across the country, renting or contacting hotels in both Boston and in Chicago, even renting out a room overlooking the Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago before he went on his deadly rampage in Vegas. But as part of the investigation comes into focus, one huge question remains about Paddock. Why? And there so far does not appear to be a specific reasons that authority knows about. Will they get it? Randy Sutton joins us. He's a retired lieutenant for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Lieutenant, thank you for joining us tonight. So far, Mr. Paddock, no radical political leanings that they know of, no Middle East connection that they know of, a wealthy white man gambler. But the effort of the investigation really is just beginning.
Well, let me say this. Stephen Paddock is the boogeyman. He is the nightmare that everyone in law enforcement dreams about. He doesn't fit any profile. He does not step into the role that we would expect to find. And it appears to me that he is smarter than most of us are giving him credit for. He pulled off the worst mass shooting in American history. He has left almost nothing for us to look for. He is an enigma, and we might this might be his last hurrah for us by denying us the ability to even know why.
Do you think then that is integral to what happened? That he purposely covered the tracks as much as possible to not leave these clues for authorities? Or is it a possibility that they did it so well that they're hiding something?
You know, that's the question. And after, this is an unprecedented effort here. You heard that there was 1,000 FBI agents. Let me put things in perspective. In most homicides, even in the most gruesome of homicides, there is a team of detectives that are assigned to a case. In this particular case, we had not only have all of the resources of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, which I can assure you is one of the best police departments in the country, but we have the Federal Bureau of Investigation, who has unlimited resources, both locally and federally and internationally. And I can assure you that this is an international investigation at this point. And yet, they're resorting to something as crude as putting up billboards. I've never seen this before in 34 years of policing. We've seen billboards used for locating missing persons at certain times, a billboard here, a billboard there. But it shows you that that the leads are drying up, and this is frightening. Especially
because his face is all over television, all over every newspaper in the country. Look, he had to learn somehow to shoot these weapons. They actually are pretty sophisticated if you don't know anything about them. So where did he practice? Who practiced with him? Who knows when he practiced? Because you just don't show up in the Mandalay Bay room, knock the windows out, and put these things together and start opening fire.
You're absolutely right. And this is going to be a major part of the investigation. The ATF is really, really good at locating where weapons are manufactured and basically tracing their life. So I think that they'll do a great job of finding out where they were obtained, who they were obtained from, et cetera, and so forth. But the question is, where did he get trained? And this is going to be a huge part of the process. Who trained him? Because clearly someone did. He didn't get this knowledge from the internet. He might have gotten some of it, but he went out and practiced somewhere. Now, keep in mind that there's a big desert out here in Las Vegas. And a lot of the locals, a lot of people who use firearms, they don't go to the ranges because Clark County is 8,000 square miles and most of it is desert. You can go out there and you can find a nice isolated place to shoot. He may have done that, or he may have had someone take him out there with him and show him, which will make things even increasingly more difficult to locate them.
And finally, I mean, look, could he be obviously, mentally unstable, and he had gambling losses? I mean, apparently he stayed at one hotel 4 months, apparently gambling, and this was a way to try to take it out on people who are having a good time and enjoying it. I mean, is that, and he wouldn't have any type of manifesto like Ted Kaczynski or something?
This is the whole problem. We have no idea. We don't know what is going on in his sick little mind, and it is a sick little mind. We don't know, and that's what's driving all of us crazy. We as human beings, we have a need to know, and especially the families of these victims and the shooting victims themselves. They need to understand, at least have some reason why. And I think he may be, as his last statement to us, denying us even that.
That would be astounding. Lieutenant Randy Sutton, thank you. Thank you for your service. And of course, thank you to your brothers and sisters in law enforcement in Las Vegas for how they responded, what they are doing, and to those across the country. Thank you.
Thank you.